Welcome back to the next exercise in my series on using Swiss balls for core training. The exercise I'm going to teach you today is supine hip extension on the Swiss ball. Now again, there are two types of people that will generally be using this type of exercise. First, on one hand, you've got people with an anterior pelvic tilt or an excessive curve in their low back, like I often refer to myself as. And then you also have people who have a flat back, who actually have no curve in their low back. First, I'll demonstrate the exercise from the perspective of somebody with a hyperlordosis or an excessive lower back curve, and then I'll talk about the individual who has a flat back and how the exercise needs to be cued differently depending on the type of person. From this position, it's just a simple rollout. Now this may look like a simple sissy exercise, but I guarantee you that if your glutes don't fire properly and you have a tendency to overuse your low back, this is going to be an exercise that's corrective in nature, so you need to take your time and work on it. From the perspective of someone with an excessive low back curve, the idea is to allow your hips to drop, but really focus on the top part of the movement by squeezing your butt and pulling your belly button in. I like to hold it for a few seconds. You'll also feel, or you should stimulate your upper hamstrings by squeezing in that general area also. Boom. An advanced version of this exercise for these individuals would be to do the exercise with one leg, which is actually very challenging, at least for me. Now, from the perspective of an individual who has long, loose hip flexors that allows the back to flatten, the part of the exercise that needs to be emphasized is the lower portion of the exercise, where they really need to be forced to extend their low back and tuck their hips underneath the ball. I'll try my best to demonstrate here. When they get here, someone with a flat back will have a tendency to stop and want to work on the extension. Someone with a flat back generally has the ability to extend far better than someone else. So with this individual, you want to help them really focus on sticking their butt out and dropping their hips by curving it around the ball. From here, and this is going to be very challenging, often they're going to want to roll up and down the ball, but keep the body in the same position, extend the hips behind the ball, and then work. Don't pause too high at the top, because generally that's not a concern, but then work that flexibility up around the ball once again. That's it. Supine hip extension exercise on the Swiss ball. Great for core exercises and for corrective exercise for anybody with hip imbalances.